the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, what a sour way to end the season. No trip to the playoffs. All that's left for them now is to play the dreaded spoiler role. We'll be expecting a major air raid here in tonight's game. Two teams that live and die by the long ball. Shaq, we talk about how great three-point shooting helps you spread the floor. Tell us why that's a good idea.
Ernie, extra space can lead to more open shots. And when the guys are knocking them down, it makes it harder to double guys on the block.
But you think about it, Ernie. When you can shoot that three ball, that means the defense has to come out, which creates so many driving lanes and mismatches all over the floor. This is one for the ages.
So that's how they beat us in 94, 95.
Oh,
yeah.
we started that.
Yeah.
We started that.
With Kenny's long-range marksmanship.
Yep.
Game's just about ready to start. Time now to send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
I stopped counting after 7.
That's a record, right?
Yeah, I stopped counting.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And for the Heat, we've got another hometown game here in Miami. They're in the lower tier of the playoff contenders, hanging out at the 7th spot in the Eastern Conference.
And a win tonight means a 3-1 season series edge for them. You always look for that mental edge over opposing teams and that extra motivation over the long haul of an NBA season.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm thinking their opponent has to come out swinging because you know they'd like to even things up.
And a couple of teams who like to shoot the long ball in tonight's game. Brent, how does great three-point shooting help the rest of your offense maneuver?
Well, you and I, Kevin, have talked about this several times, and it's about the accordion effect of manipulating a defense, pulling them in and out. So you can extract any part of an interior defense by pulling the center or power forward away to opening up the lane. That's where three-point shooting absolutely becomes devastating.
And what's great about that is you used to play the accordion as a young lad. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Payne out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Valentine in at the 3 slot. On the wing, LaVine. To the left wing, the Trey. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Now the Heat with it. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And, you know, it wasn't just that they got stops. It was the way they got stops. Rejection after rejection.
Yeah, after a while, it just felt like they were demoralizing the opponent. It affected them mentally, and they took advantage.
Miami shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
That free throw, no good. And there are a lot of things to like about Hassan Whiteside's game, but one is his focus on his ability to rebound.
Well, so many nights where you look at the stat sheet and Whiteside collecting 15, 18, 20 rebounds. That is a guy who's dominating the glass, and that can give you confidence as a defender that your big man is going to take care of any miss.
He hits the second from the line.
There are very few people in the league that put the type of fear in a shooter, especially when they draw close to the rim. Like Hassan Whiteside, gets to so many shots with his height, uses both arms to block shots, and he changes countless attempts around the rim.
Lopez a screen. Passes to Levine to the inside. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Levine. And with Whiteside, certainly one of the preeminent shot blockers in the NBA, Brent does so without selling out for shots, too.
You think about a great shot blocker and maybe a guy that he's talked to a lot in Alonzo Mourning. Whiteside does a good job of staying down and waiting until the offensive player gets off his feet or releases the ball so that he can get up there and swat it away.
Here's Valentine after the Heat pick up 2. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got a couple of threes now in the first for Chicago. Here's Whiteside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And nice to see Whiteside expanding his range a little bit. Imagine a guy that big being able to step out and knock down mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Levine. He's got 6. Feeds it to Payne. Jacks up a 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And if he can hit that shot, it spreads the defense out and really changes the complexion of the game.
Yeah, you can start to creep away off of certain people, but this is an early warning shot from him.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Kicks it to Markkanen. And there's the pass to Payne. Lopez, a screen on Dragic. 6 to shoot. Lopez with the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here's Dragic. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight.
And you can see just how tough the defense was there, but in the end, it did not matter for Goran Dragic.
Now here's Valentine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Houston. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's Payne. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And that one is off. And Miami the other way now. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover, just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was.
Oh!
Yes, sir. Well, I see you out there. Big throwdown.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Knocks it loose. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. On defense, the Heat. Payne with it. Johnson over to help. Shot clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for the Bulls.
And clearly they haven't been shy about launching it from long range. That's the way the league has been going, and they are certainly embracing that trend.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And he misses the go-ahead basket. Chicago has gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. It's good.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And Levine, here we go, off with the layup.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the.
Oh, that athlete.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Tipped away, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Yeah, Kevin, I was able to speak with Fred Hoiberg for a minute. He said they have to do a good job of moving their feet defensively. That's the only way they're going to avoid getting dunked on. He said they also want to turn guys who are slashers into jump shooters. We'll see if that works, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Markkanen passes to Lopez.
A gritty effort on the defensive end. Johnson showing how quick he can be on both ends of the floor.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big Three era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
I do so enjoy watching a bounce pass executed that perfectly.
And that one, good. 6 points for Johnson.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Poked away. And then Johnson with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
And that's sort of a picture of what not to do on those last two possessions. They're being way too loose with the ball.
Miami with the ball, leading by 5. Here's Whiteside. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Whiteside's got 9.
And Whiteside gobbles up the close range opportunities at the basket like he did there.
There's the double team from Whiteside. A solo fast break, all alone, and the jam by Whiteside.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. While we have a moment here, let's see which teams have scored the most second chance points since the All-Star break. The Bulls in second.
And offensive rebounding, always a point of emphasis for this group, but for whatever reason, they've had particular success since the break, really just outworking their opponents on the glass.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Chicago called for the foul.
Just a really confident play from Dragic to get the foul while he's taking that shot attempt.
And, you know, Brent, we know top-level coaching is an all-in affair. Strategy, motivation, you know, working the officials. But who are some of the most complete coaches in the league right now?
Well, at the top of the list is Greg Popovich and what he does. There's no doubt that the way that he has his team prepared on a nightly basis, carrying out the game plan, the way he works the sidelines, as you mentioned, Kevin, and Greg Popovich is the cream of the crop when it comes to NBA coaches.
And that one falls for Dragic.
And while Dragic doesn't get to the free throw line all that often, when he does, he's usually pretty good.
Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. David Nwaba comes in for Cameron Payne. Both free throws good from Dragic. Bulls trail by 11. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, and they were just shaky at times when it mattered most in that game, and it cost them.
Yeah, Greg, I think you're right there. At major turning points, they'd miss a series of shots, they'd make some mistakes, and it led to the wipeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
checking out some stats for Levine. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 14 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Portis. No good off the front iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky.
Oh!
No way. And a cued in Hassan Whiteside on that play. Great at playing within the offense and then spotting the open man.
Bulls trail by 13. Now here's Levine. He's got 6. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Here's Dragic. It's good. Dragic has got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
On the wing, Levine. This one for 3. And the Bulls, another 3.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
And again, Goran Dragic. 8 points for him.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
The shot by Valentine, no good.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Just don't touch him right now, okay? You're going to burn yourself. The guy is on fire.
Got a piece of it. And taken away by Johnson. Now, here's Dragic. He's guarded closely. From 11 feet away, here's Whiteside. And he banks in the layup.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Bulls trail by 16. Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
The Bulls shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And a new group in for the Heat. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Whiteside. Luke Babbitt comes in for James Johnson. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Johnson. Then for the Bulls, Felicio's checked in for Markkanen. And it's Jaren Grant in for Levine. He's perfect from the line this time. Over the past couple years, Brent, we've seen coaches like Steve Kerr and Brad Stevens take more of an even-tempered approach. Could that become a coaching trend going forward?
Well, I like that both Steve and Brad have some very good players. That would keep me calm too, Kevin.
Yes, it would. And you begin right there. I agree.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a shift in what it is that the generation of the younger players has grown up with. And coaches that have the ability to communicate always, Kevin, are going to come out on top. They get their message through, they keep their team positive, and they keep their environment pointed in the direction that is moving forward.
Excellent. The Heat have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. That's good from Babbitt. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Miami. And both free throws good for Babbitt. Well, Eric Spoelstra known for being a player's coach, but he also isn't afraid to dish out some tough love. With this team in a rebuilding phase, he's had to do that a lot.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is just get the most out of every player on the team, and he lets them know, I'm going to put you in positions, guys, to maximize your potential. Sometimes that can come from tough love, but most of the time it's because they want greatness. That's what the Miami Heat organization is all about.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
Yeah, you can credit the play calling. Nothing really fancy, just imposing their will on the inside.
Portis kicks to Grant. They set the screen. Valentine. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Valentine's got his first basket.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
And he makes that one.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His second season in the NBA, only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
Well, they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You look at Miami. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Bulls. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
There's still some chances to find some positives as the season comes to an end. Even if it's not a playoff spot, just some kind of forward momentum heading into the offseason.
Bulls trail by 18. 1:53 left to play in the first. Nwaba passes to Grant, and there's the defensive 3-second call. The Bulls shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Valentine. And Brent, 14 years in the NBA, you spent about half your time on the defensive end. Of all the guys you were matched up against, who was surprisingly difficult to cover?
It's funny, Kevin, because a lot of coaches would tell you I did not spend half of my time on the defensive end.
I know better. I know better.
Surprisingly difficult to stop, I would tell you, it would be Mitch Richmond. Many years in Sacramento playing for the Kings. He was known as the Rock, and I can tell you why. Running into him and his physicality as a two-guard was very, very difficult to stop. One of the game's greatest two-guards.
Sturdy, wasn't he? He was thick. He was hard to move is what I think about him.
He was very thick and physical, which was something that I was certainly not. And they also ran a myriad of screens for him on every possession. The most potent offensive player they had was Mitch Richmond, and they would get him open every time. So a very difficult cover for me.
1:10 left in the first quarter. Back to Portis, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Lopez.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
The Heat leading by 19 points. Here's Wade. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Felicio, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's all you getting there.
There's 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Wade. Some solid defense from Grant.
Just doesn't seem to be shooting it with confidence, and his shots are going all over the place in this period.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Here's Wade. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Cleveland.
I'm not sure in that game if it was him or Dikembe Mutombo out there, guys. I was just hoping to see one finger wave after one of those floor blocks. No, 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 not today.
Now, here's Grant. Ellington defending, and it's Mwaba missing. Baseline jumper. Wade can't hit.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
It's been all about Hassan Whiteside for the Miami Heat. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Back to the action after this word. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter is about ready to get underway. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, that's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Vonleh. Grant is out there with Portis, and it's Nwaba in at the 2 spot. Payne, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Shooting 1.
That's good from Wade.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest 2 guards to ever play.
Pass to Felicio. Here's Nwaba. Payne gets a wide open look. No good on the triple. And it's the Heat on the break. Wade with the ball. Shoots over Payne. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist from Olynyk. And it's 9 points for Dwayne Wade.
And when Wade gets out on the break like that, he can still definitely rise up to the rim.
And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
It's stolen by Wade. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. And Wade slams it in.
What an exceptional read from Dwayne Wade, coming away with the swipe and then getting the uncontested layup as a result.
Chicago's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. In 4th, the Heat.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Moving it up for the finish. And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Heat have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Two shots.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. Chicago's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Pass to Nwaba from outside the arc. And again, no good by Chicago. The Heat have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 15 points.
Just don't touch him right now, okay? You're going to burn yourself. The guy is on fire.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive but not committing turnovers.
And the Heat making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
And now a look at Kelly Olynyk. Some numbers on him. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. He's right around 13 points a night, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Grant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The shot by Wade, no good.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Nwaba kicks to Vonleh. Here's Payne. And the Bulls with another miss.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Johnson against Grant. Wade brings the double team. Payne kicks to Vonleh. Screen by Grant. Passes it to Nwaba. He dishes it to Payne. And the Bulls with another miss.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Lopez kicks to Nwaba. Here's Payne. The three-pointer, no good.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Olynyk, and finally they hit one. Olynyk's got his second bucket of the night.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Here's Lopez.
Roman, that's you.
Miami grabs the miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the basket by Wade.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Payne, guarded closely. Here's Vonleh, and it's blocked. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. And it's Miami with another.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Johnson against Grant. Dishes it to Vonleh. The feed now to Payne. Lopez left side. Got a piece of it. And again, Miami running the court in transition. And another basket for Miami.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Grant dishes to Vonleh. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And they can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Adebayo. Johnson comes in for Kelly Olynyk. Josh Richardson's checked in for Justice Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Dwayne Wade. Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago. Zach LaVine comes in for Jaren Grant. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Johnson over to help. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Payne. He's got 9. Lopez a screen. Johnson over to help. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe. It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. The finish, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Well, there's no doubt that Dragic is a weapon in the open court. He's also a lockdown defender who can come away with crucial steals.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Dragic. And Lopez gets it to go.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks. And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
Here's Payne. He kicks to Markkanen. To the paint, off the pick. And it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
LaVine against Johnson. There's the double team from Whiteside. And taken away by Johnson. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. They get the rebound, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Not sure if physically you could put Whiteside's game in a nutshell. A guy who hustles and tracks down hard rebounds and then turns them into easy points for his team.
Payne kicks to LaVine. That's tipped and stolen by Whiteside. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed on 3 this game only.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
The Bulls' shooting struggle is apparent. 37% from the field. Down low, here's Lopez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That one's on Johnson. The Bulls have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Luke Babbitt, he's checked in for Tyler Johnson. The Bulls also changing it up. Bobby Portis comes in for David Nwaba, and it's Valentine in for Cameron Payne. And he sinks the second. And Miami shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Here's Johnson, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And here is Markkanen. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 18 points.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Valentine kicks to Lopez. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around, drills the three-pointer.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered
the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Levine passes to Lopez.
Lopez!
To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lopez has got 7 points here in this quarter.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
A shot by Johnson, no good. The Bulls shooting just 29% in the second quarter. The offense is suffering. And Markkanen throws it down.
And how about the hops there by Markkanen? He knows not many guys can block that shot. Good at getting that deep post position.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
And there's the pass to Portis. Off target from outside. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Josh enjoying this and one opportunity. Good job finishing despite the defense knocking him around a bit.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Heat making a change here. Ellington's checked in. Felicio's checked in for Chicago.
Shooting one.
And Josh Richardson, continuing to develop his overall game, has such good height at the two-guard spot.
Levine kicks to Felicio. Back to Levine. Pass to Felicio. There's a good screen to end the run. And there's the bucket from Markkanen. Markkanen's got 7 points for the quarter.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
And he comes up with the deuce.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Levine, and it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Levine passes to Portis. His three-pointer's off the mark. And it's the Heat with the ball. Here's Ellington. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Levine wide open. Again, Levine missing. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And Richardson could be the total package. Phenomenal that time at knowing when to dish it.
Pass to Felicio. Here's Portis. Good on the three-point shot. Portis has got 5 now.
Well, in this day and age, big men shoot more and more three-pointers, and he's fully capable of a triple.
Here's Valentine. Missed inside.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
And so it's the Miami Heat enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Dwayne, how'd you get on top of these guys in the first half?
Well, one way is get out in transition. Besides that, we run our offense to make sure we get paint touches. We play inside out. And, we got guys that's been very aggressive, so it's been working for us.
Yeah, that flow is the key to your success. Thanks, Dwayne. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He had 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Hassan Whiteside, a much more reliable scorer now. you're not afraid to dump it to him in the post. He's been working on that post game. And on the other end, if you're planning to drive, better know where he is, one of the best rim protectors in the game.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. You hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Gut check time, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Bulls shooting 39% from the floor, not their best. James Johnson is out there with Richardson. Then it's Johnson, then there's Dragic, and it's Whiteside in at the center. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Johnson.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
And here are the Heat now. Dragic with it, now guarded by Valentine. And that one drops for him. Dragic has got the first field goal of the second half for Miami. Here's Chicago. Now Payne. He feeds it to Lopez. Back to Payne. No one near him. It's hauled in by the Heat. Whiteside's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Shoots from 12. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Whiteside. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's Payne in the corner. There's the double team from Whiteside. Inside. It's stolen by Dragic. A solo fast break. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Great to see Whiteside scoring at an efficient rate out there on the floor.
It's stolen by Johnson. Charity stripe shot, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Johnson with the block. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Whiteside, good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And here are the Bulls now. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Hits the three-point bomb. Markkanen's got 12.
And staying aggressive on offense. Markkanen's always looking to score the basketball. This guy has really become a refined scorer.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Payne kicks to Lopez. Levine for 3. Again, Levine missing.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Richardson. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. He's got 9.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Valentine kicks to Lopez. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Dragic from outside. Here's Whiteside, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Whiteside's got 6 points in the quarter. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. There's the dish to Lopez. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Well, if they're going to win this game, he's going to require just a little bit of help. Many of the shots he's taking are finding the hoop.
Dragic gets the bucket. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Payne with it. He's got 9. Kick out to Levine. Buries the long-range jumper.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
For Miami, they've gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And certainly while the injury for Zach LaVine and his ACL was devastating, Greg, it's good to see him back on the court, and he seems to be on track to making a full recovery.
And Kevin, still amazing to me to see just how far the medical community has come in terms of treating ACL injuries. LaVine is such an athletic monster. To lose even a little burst would have been huge. Fortunately, though, with modern medicine, it's going to allow this guy to make the most of his potential still.
Here's Dragic from outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Dragic has got 19 points.
You just can't leave Goran Dragic open from the three-point line. He loves getting free from beyond the arc and letting it fly.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
And checking out the stats for Valentine. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. Getting around 12 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Just 5 to shoot. Poke loose. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Johnson's got the ball. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson doing a great job of keeping his focus on the finish. A good job of doing that through contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line. And when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for James Johnson. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Richardson.
One shot,
and
gentlemen.
Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic. Here's Grant. Feeds to Vonleh. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Johnson. Wade dishes to Johnson. Nice D from Levine. The Bulls have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Bucket is good.
Sensational defense from Winslow, getting a wide open look at the hoop because of the hustle.
Johnson over to help. Kicks to Vonleh. To halt the run. Rebound by the Heat. Winslow's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Knocked loose. And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. That's his first foul. Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Excellent use of the screen that time. Johnson's got 10.
Well, Johnson, a good shooter. You just can't give him looks like that.
Levine with it. Wade picks him up. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Dwayne Wade. Bulls have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
Two.
Free throw good, Levine. No good on the second free throw. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Offensive rebound, Johnson, and he converts the layup. 12 points for him.
And you can see how this game is going. I mean, put a body on somebody.
Right, you're down by double digits. You have to play with maximum intensity just to have a chance to come back. Not seeing it here.
For 3, Levine. Again, Levine missing. Heat shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. A nice shot by Winslow.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Stolen by Winslow. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Here's Johnson. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Grant kicks to Levine. Passes it to Nwaba. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
A nice shot by Winslow.
I like to see Justice Winslow doing great work on the interior like that.
Here's Grant. And Winslow comes to help. Nwaba kicks to Vonleh. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Levine's got 18 points.
Well, he's building off that strong first half he had. I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure him out in the second.
Here's Nwaba, covered by Winslow. Johnson over to help. It's deflected.
And the 6'7", 225-pound Winslow rises up and swats that shot away with great athleticism.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade. Break in the action means we can check out the best defensive teams in the league this season. Here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. In fourth, the Heat.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
Ellington's checked in for Miami. And Chicago also making a switch. Felicio's checked in for Noah Vonleh. Well, Chicago's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Wade brings the double team. Poked away. Puts it up from 7. Another miss by Wade. Bulls have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
Ellington with it. Grant on him. They get it back. Adebayo with the bucket. Adebayo's got his second bucket tonight.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Grant kicks to Portis. Buries the long-range jumper.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure
on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Count it.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Bulls have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Goes up off the pick. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Grant kicks to Levine. Here's Portis. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 6th assist on the night.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. And Winslow pulls it down. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
Justice Winslow, the Duke product, can give you a lot on the wing. The questions are what he can do consistently offensively, but you know he's a very good team player on both ends of the floor.
Portis kicks to Levine. Again, Levine missing. And Miami shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. A shot by Ellington, no good. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Brent Winslow definitely a plus defender, and that's one of the strengths of his game.
Well, what I like about his defense is certainly there's a foundation coming from Duke University, but he's always within arm's reach of a shooter and understands that he can make the move to get there, to challenge a shot, and not ever be out of position.
And Winslow comes to help. Dishes to Grant. Levine for 3, hits it from three-point range. Levine's got 21.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
There's the feed to Olynyk. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Nice shot by Portis.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that's 13 points for Kelly Olynyk.
And he's caught fire this quarter, yet to miss a shot.
The Bulls shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. Portis can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And he is pouring it on here offensively. Olynyk looks to be warmed up.
So it's Chicago now. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. And he gets the bucket. Portis has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game. Remember, he played the point guard position for most of high school, so Olynyk has retained that vision.
Now, here's Grant. Defense right on him. Inside. Here's Felicio. And the layup's good off the glass. Felicio's got 5. Ellington inside the and it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
Well, you like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And so it's the Miami Heat, able to put on a show for the ages. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we take it off the glass.
And obviously the approach Eric Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they are at their best.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. We've got Omer Ashik, and it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot.
That's his first personal foul. Orashi McGruder. 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Bulls shooting in this game 45%. Lets it go from deep. Miami grabs the miss. Outside Dragic. Off target with his 3. Here's Zipser. Here's Payne. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
It's good.
Dragic can be a great playmaker, and I love how he slings the ball around that time to an open teammate.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Now here is Holiday. Ellington defending. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Rips down the breakaway slam.
You have 2 things working here, the turnover and then the excellent finish.
And good job of transitioning end to end there. There was no hesitation.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Felicio kicks to Ashik. He dishes it to Payne. And Holiday has it in the corner. Buries it from 3-point range.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Here's Adebayo. But they'll get another chance.
Oh, tough play underneath there to give them another possession. Just what they were hoping for. A little more time off the clock.
Payne kicks to Holiday. Back to Payne. There's the pick. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Babbitt from long range. No good that time. Now Chicago takes it the other way. From 13, and it's Miami with the rebound. Ellington's got his 3rd rebound on the night. From deep. The rebound by Zipser. Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Felicio. Outside Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Pass to Zipser. Payne with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Holiday with the 3. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Babbitt from long range. The second effort. And the layup is up and in. Adebayo's got 4 this quarter.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Now here's Payne. He's guarded closely. Goes up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation, using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Oh, man, gotta love that pass there. Couldn't ask for a better one.
From deep 3-point range, he doesn't hit that one. And it's Chicago the other way. He kicks it to Holiday. They set the pick. Back to Payne. There's the triple. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 11 rebounds in the game. A shot by Ellington, no good.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots. And they dodged a bullet there.
Here's Adebayo. Miami no good on that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Holiday, here we go. Banked in off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Wasted no time on that one. The Bulls have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Dragic. Outside Holiday. Inside. And it's Payne in the corner. No good on the three.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Babbitt from long range. Here's Ellington. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And, guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Outside Holiday. Launches it. Babbitt grabs the board. Babbitt's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Magruder. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And Ashik sends it back. Wow! Now here's Payne. He's tightly guarded. They set the pick. He misses the free throw, and Miami making a change here. Johnson's checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Vonleh's checked in. Good on the second free throw. And Miami shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Pass to Zipser. Tries a three. It's hauled in by the Heat. Here's Magruder. The stupendous finish in traffic.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
And Holiday kicks to Zipser. Now here's Payne. He's guarded by Dragic. Felicio with the bucket. And here are the Heat now. Here's Dragic from outside, and the three ball is good. Dragic has got 12 points here in the second half.
Really looks to be in the zone here. His teammates should look to get him the ball as much as possible.
Vonleh kicks to Payne. He feeds it to Vonleh. Payne in the post. He's guarded by Dragic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul. Cameron Payne. 2 shots.
2.
That free throw, no good. The Bulls making a switch here. Grant's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
He gets that one.
Not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
And it's Payne in the corner. Stolen. Grant against Dragic. Goes back up. And Johnson with the lay-in, good. Johnson's got 20 points.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Vonleh kicks to Grant. There's the dish to Payne. And the Bulls with another miss.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
And he gets it to go. Magruder's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
They've also taken care of some of the details in this game, and that's why they're ahead.
Here's Zipser. Sinks the three-pointer.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Pass to Felicio. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Yep, that one goes. Adebayo's got 18 points just in the second half.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Grant against Dragic. Felicio. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
The shot by Adebayo, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Zipser kicks to Grant. Here's Felicio. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive.
Look at that.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Dragic against Grant. In the corner, it's Felicio. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Rodney Magruder. And a change for the Bulls. Holiday's checked in.
One shot.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Fires from 14. Here's Johnson. The rebound by Zipser. The Bulls shooting fairly well in the fourth, around 48%. So the wing on the left. Grant against Dragic. And the pass to Zipser. Feeds it to Vonleh. Shot clock at 5. Floats one. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 13 with that last one.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout. a dominating performance for Miami.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Hassan Whiteside.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Vonleh, the pass to Holiday. Now, here's Vonleh. Tight defense on him. Misses in close.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Timeout called, the Heat. They lead. There's 18 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
And now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Or could be just wanting to execute well down the stretch. Don't want to leave any room for chance.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be on top of his game. And it's Miami's ball. Here's Dragic.
Loose ball foul. Bam Adebayo. That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Grant against Dragic. Poked away. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Warren. A pretty good performance you put on tonight in front of the fans.
Yeah, great win for us, for our fans. They were amazing. This kind of games is really enjoying to play, and we are hustling on every play, defense and offense, and I'm really happy that we won that game.
Yeah, I know that's what you thought it would be like when you got here, and it was like that tonight. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.